What up? I'm Noah Shigley, and this is my calling. So I accepted Christ into my life around the age of 4, and I'm pretty sure I did it because I knew my parents would take me out for ice cream if I accepted Jesus into my life. And so that might have played a role in that. I grew up in a strong Christian home, going to church all the time. And at our church, when you get into middle school, you can go into the youth group. And so that's exciting, right? Except I hated going. And it's because the cool crowd at my school went to the youth group too. I was embarrassed to be seen as a Christian in front of them because they wanted to come to youth group to play dodgeball, and I wanted to go there to learn. And so I felt like I was categorized as a Christian, and I hated that, and I was really embarrassed of that. I went through all middle school and high school really embarrassed and not excited that I was a Christian, and not want people to find out that I was a Christian. You know, there's some people, and this was me, that they're like secret Christians, and nobody knows that they're a Christian, or I didn't want people to know I was a Christian, and that definitely needed to change. After my sophomore year in high school, I went to a camp, and the camp speaker talked about how everybody is called to make disciples. And I was like, yeah, everybody can do that. Yeah, that's great. And then he talked about how some people are specifically called into a job in which that is their whole job, is to make disciples. We use the vocabulary of being called to ministry, which is really cool, but I've always liked it a little better that in that moment, the Lord helped me realize that I was created for ministry. That the gifts He's given me, the passions He's given me, the opportunities He's given me, that all of those things is just like lined up, and it made sense for me to do that because the Lord has been shaping my life to do His work, and to do His work for my whole life. And whether that's in a church or a parachurch organization, I wanted to do ministry. At least that's what I felt like God wanted me to do. But I was still embarrassed of being a Christian. We don't want any pastors that are embarrassed of being a Christian. And I was like, I don't want to be a pastor because I'm embarrassed of being a Christian. And it's really cool how the Lord provided in that. And that the very next week, I heard a message where the pastor was talking about being unashamed of the gospel. And it was really cool to see how the Lord provided for me, where He showed me that He wants me to go into ministry full time as a job, and He equipped me to do that too. Gave me boldness and something that I needed so that I could be equipped to do the work that He's called me to. That kind of changed my mindset, and I went into the next 2 years of high school thinking, man, I'm gonna be a pastor, and I might as well start acting like a youth pastor now. And so it changed my outlook on life, and really made me realize that the Lord just needs people who are willing to do His work and be unashamed of that. And that's what led me to Indiana Wesleyan University, where I am more discovering what the Lord wants me to do, because I didn't in that moment. And that's so cool, is that God doesn't want us to have a 10-year plan. He just wants us to know, like, what's the next step. He wants us to focus on what's right in front of us. How can we do that best with what He's given us? Use that to glorify Him and give it back to Him. And so the Lord has been teaching me a lot about that still, and right now, like, what am I called to?